I did.
The one word I thought I'd start with is intuitive.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mature.
Okay.
No, they're old. They're not necessarily mature at all.
You've got a good point there. Thank you.
Eclectic.
I like that.
Eclectic's a good one. Well, wait a minute. Seeking is the best one.
So
They're
we
all
have
people that have
intuitive-
very inquisitive minds.
We have intuitive eclectics with inquisitive minds. Okay, I can go up
Okay.
to 200 words.
Who
Well,
are interested in metaphysical concepts and consciousness-related subject matter.
Okay.
mhm.
Good. Okay. Good.
While we're on verbiage, let's start with, because we need to knock something out here for Lisa to get it printed.
Get what printed?
So we need an insert for the brochure for the Mass Expo and about the convention, because we're handing these things out, asking people there to either come, be a vendor, or be a speaker. So we're talking about the change of the metaphysical and dowsing words. So what are we going to use for verbiage?
I don't know, words just came to me now. It may be stupid or not, but I was thinking of calling it an open convention.
Okay, so the word open. Marty had spiritual connection, entering the new light through dowsing. Join us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Margarita was checking out the words, and the most engaged categories on social media. Isn't Margarita here?
No, she said she was on for a couple of minutes and said she had to go attend to something and she would contact us later.
Okay, so in her email to everybody, the most used words or the most searched words are mindfulness, gratitude, balance, mental health, meditation, and then there's tags: enlightenment, empowerment, realize your freedom and master your life. Growing interest areas are astrology, crystals, channeling. And then and she said personally she noticed that there's an interest in the pendulum because most people don't know how to properly use it. The most followed Instagram things are lovingly raising vibrations and guided ascension. Help people to raise their vibration and expand their consciousness. Help humans feel their best. Channeling source, mastermind of universal laws. Happiness is an inside job. Bridging the modern science, spirituality, and human potential link. Teaching self-transformation and the psychology meditation therapy. Help you remember your power. Sacred energy healer, reincarnation, spiritual intuitive, cosmic channel, guided meditations, embrace the optimal wellness and spiritual growth as a pathway to empowerment, spiritually and meditation, spirituality. And so basically, you're hearing the word spirituality, empowerment, and then ascension, self-transformation. There is no such word as dowsing in any of this.
Well, no, because they don't know the word dowsing.
I know. That's why we have to quit using it that way.
Well, but the point is, if we tie the word dowsing,
Right. No, I gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
but it's not the first word. And metaphysical does not come up at all.
Okay.
So, what's your pleasure? As a tagline, or a thing to describe our convention. Not the theme, but it can possibly be the theme too.
I think too, like Marty hit some of it the last time when I was on, I think there's a lot of doubt, concern, and fear out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those aren't the words that we want to put into a heading, but I think we have to express that dowsing can be a way of helping to cope with this.
Okay, so
What
are
if we go with something like empower your world, learn to tap into your intuition by stepping into whatever, but basically, what they're learning, what they seem to want to do from all the phrases that you read is they are starting to realize that there's something else. They just don't know what it is. They're like an ant on top of a truck tire. So if we put in the words learning and the fact that they're empowering themselves through this learning to give them a skill to navigate these times in a way that is enlightened and aware, and rather than falling into the morass that's been going on these days. I mean, those are the words we want to put in there. So, you know, empower, I don't know if we want to say empower yourself, I think is probably too kitschy, but anybody got any feeling on that? But
coming? All right, how's this one? Empower yourself through the spiritual connection of dowsing, or empowerment through the spiritual connection of dowsing.
well, again, they're not going to know what dowsing is. So empower yourself through
Through the spiritual connection, because they like that one.
connection, right, to
Learn to douse. And
there you
then
go.
in parentheses, or underneath it, a brief description of, one of many brief descriptions of dowsing.
Yeah, especially, you know, with what Sandy just said, because then that's learn to douse is a call to action, which is also a good thing to have.
Empowerment through the spiritual connection of dowsing.
No, empower yourself through spiritual connection and intuition, period.
Okay.
Learn to douse. Learn to douse is an action where that's a call to action.
Learn to douse. I like this one better. Learn to douse and enter the new light.
Nah.
Yeah.
We don't want it too long, do we?
Well, the point is you've already made it long by going empowerment through the spiritual connection, through the spiritual connection, and intuition through your spiritual connection and intuition. Learn to douse.
Well, what about how about this? Empower your intuition.
Okay.
Period. Learn to douse. Period.
Yep.
And then under that, put a brief definition of dowsing for those that
Right.
are
Exactly.
not aware yet.
Okay. And underneath of that is going to be words that we need to hit, which are what? Mm-hmm. Raise your vibration, connect consciousness. Consciously connecting to source. consciously connect to source.
How about, because you said one of the things they were looking for, so empower your intuition, learn to dowse, the proper use of pendulums and more, ...
Okay, now remember where this is going. You're on like a bookmark size, or one panel of a trifold. You don't have a lot of space, and you're trying to, I mean, we can put in there anywhere in further publications, like when we actually get wordy, the proper use of the pendulum, or that could be in when we get into the teaching, you know, when we're talking about the schools and stuff. But now we want buzzwords. We want buzz lines.
I thought you said that people were looking for the proper use of pendulums.
Yeah.
That's true, they are. But our focus right now is either this could be used as our theme for the convention, or also our we're changing our title of our convention. So empower your tuition, learn to dowse, 60-second, 60-second, Lisa, or is it 63rd? What are we? Okay, the 60-second annual Lightworkers Convention. How about that? And then, or you can call it ASD's Lightworkers Convention.
We've never
We
had.
can't use convention. Convention's not a good word.
Gathering.
Yeah.
We've never had a light workers convention before.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
But we have had
No, I don't-
gatherings.
You
No,
can't-
I don't see,
if we've never called it a light workers convention, how can we say it's the 62nd one?
Easy.
Correct.
Just do it.
well, but
How do you
I
say
agree with-
anything, you know? You just do it.
No,
If
but
we
I
have
agree
to
with
ch-
Sandy. I agree with Sandy Rilke. It, you know, we're dowsers. Now, if we want to explain what dowsing is and tie it to these other powerful words, that's great. But I think if you want people to acknowledge dowsing, then we need to keep using the word dowsing. Every time you skirt around it and use a different word, you're actually muddying the waters.
Okay. Empower your intuition. We got that. Learn to dowse. We got that. Underneath of it, come to the 62nd annual ASD Lightworkers Gathering.
And
Why
We've
can't
got
be the 60
that.
are all of you able to receive an email from me right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna save this and send it to you all so you can see the size of it and how much space we have to use.
Is it coming to my, I don't see it yet.
Because I haven't sent it yet. I was waiting for it to save. Sorry. It is coming now. There is no subject.
Well, it's taking its good sweet time. There we go. And I'm assuming this is, there you go. So we have empower your intuition, learn to dowse, the proper use of pendulums and more. And then we get into the whole thing of the convention. But they're saying not to use the word convention, and metaphysical convention at that. It's just not something younger people are looking at.
Right. So,
Not on
okay,
there.
so
though.
what are they looking at? Conference? Are we looking at
We've also used
conference? Are we
the word
looking?
Okay,
expo.
she's already put in, I'm looking at it, she's already put in, empower your intuition, learn to douse. The underneath of it, she put in the tagline that you said, the proper use of pendulums and more,
I can share
June
my,
8th to, huh?
I can share my screen. So everybody can see it. Where is it?
Oh, I can see it right now, so I'm good.
Right, everybody can. You're on the phone, so, oh,
I'm on the phone, but I'm looking at the computer.
okay, right, I'm just saying.
So when you look at this thing, come learn how you can use all forms of energy work dowsing in your everyday life. I think that's over 50 years, this has been the Vermont's largest gathering of energy workers, workers. Now we are
can't say
expanding. Join us.
Vermont's at this point.
Huh?
Why are we saying
that again.
Vermont's?
Because, read it, says for over 50 years, this has been Vermont's largest gathering of energy
Right, but
workers.
if I'm
Now
looking
we
at
are
this
expanding.
brand new, I'm seeing just Vermont.
And it's,
Because we were only, we had only been meeting in Vermont for over 50 years.
50 years.
And now we're expanding. You're in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
but we
well,
have,
okay.
we have had conferences in other parts of the country for many years. I don't know.
Yeah,
when-
my-
water on this,
But
but
those are considered the annual convention.
You're right.
this thing is too wordy.
Yeah,
Yes.
You hand that out and it's gonna go directly to
The
the
trash.
garbage.
the garbage.
Yeah, it's
I can take
too
off.
wordy, it's got too much blither on it. If we wanted to put all that stuff, we can put it on the back, but the one side needs to be clear, concise, and
Mhm.
loud.
You can take this off. But more
Yeah, I would
space.
take out that whole paragraph.
Oops.
I mean, okay, so what parts are we deleting here, Lisa?
That whole paragraph, that's for over 50 years. That paragraph doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay,
grab me.
taking
it
that
doesn't
out.
excite me.
Well, then why don't we put the "we are looking for you" at the very top?
No.
On the come,
Okay,
on the come, learn, put those, separate the words, or just do it in a column, come, learn.
okay. The
You know-
purpose of this insert is to get people who are either vendors or speakers at I mean, we've got a whole brochure that talks about ASD, dowsing, and everything else. This is an insert within it about the convention because we're asking them, would you like to come to our convention and be a participant, either a speaker or a vendor? And it would also notify people, other people that are just walking by and picking up the brochure, that we have a convention. I'm going to call it a convention right now. So basically, we're talking about we're looking for you in whatever words you want to use, but we're looking for them to join us there. It's an
How about join us?
invitation. Right. That's why I said just why don't we put that at the top?
But why don't we just say join us?
We can. I'm not just saying.
So my
This
point
is not
is
about
we are
learning, this is
looking.
about teaching and vending.
Right.
My point is, we are looking
ahead.
for you. I'm like, what are you stalking me? Join us, actually, again, is a call to action, and we're hoping that they're going to join the ASD, so we're getting that in their head right from the beginning. And it's shorter.
Mhm.
Right. that's why I said, why don't we just put that kind of message at the top? Join us, and then you need to say something about the convention. In other words, we are going to have this gathering. What do you want to say about the gathering? And then the date.
Join us above the picture.
Join us up, right below the picture. And then your applications, then you need to say something, and then your applications, your registration, and find more information. And then leave the logo and join us to spread the word at the bottom. But you need some sort of statement about join us at what? What are we going to tagline this as?
Join
A
us.
spiritual connection, a spiritual gathering?
I thought we,
You know what? I don't know that we really have to get into that, because you're putting it as they've got all the links there. If it's going into a brochure where it's going to explain all the rest of that stuff, just say join us. If they want to read more, they'll read more.
Because you're not there. You're not being clear about what you want them to join. Do you want them just to join the society? No, because that's what the brochure is about.
You've got the dates on there already. You've got
Right.
the fact that it's the convention.
Yeah.
You've got the proper use of pendulums. You've got all of that kind of stuff. And then you've got websites for them to find more stuff.
Right.
I don't think we have to give them a long explanation of who we are. and
No,
what
I'm
we
not
do.
talking about an explanation. I'm talking about a single line, Lidra. Single line. Join us at what? And then the dates, and then then the applications and the registration, and find out more information. But join us at what?
Learning.
Empower your tuition, learn to douse, the proper use of pendulums and more, June 8th, blah, 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 Plymouth State University.
Right. It says it right there. You've already said it.
Or just join us, learn more, dash, 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 or whatever, dowsing. Less words is more.
I agree, less words is more. We've gotten rid of, for over 50 years, we've gotten rid of come learn how you can use all forms of energy work and dowsing in your everyday life. We've gotten rid of we are looking for you.
I don't have that gone.
Sandy, I don't.
What is the
If this is
purpose
an
of
attention-getting
this
thing,
flyer?
you have.
Hi, Marty. Would you please speak? I can't
What
hear
is
you.
the purpose of this flyer? Is it to attract speakers and vendors, or is it to attract the general public?
It is to
both.
attract this. It is for the speakers and vendors, which is notifying them you're having a convention, but we're not going to use the word convention. You're having a gathering. This is what I'm trying to get at. We need a line here that is
We need
our
to do
new
is
word.
we need to address it to vendors and speakers. So it's attention, vendors and speakers. Come share and teach. This is not about learning dowsing. This is not about
Correct.
coming to our convention to learn. This is about coming to the convention to teach or to vend. Am I
Correct.
right?
But
You are
this is
correct.
like-
And
This isn't just going to be handed out to speakers and vendors down at Marlboro. This is going to be handed out to anybody who wants a brochure.
and it will. Everybody will get it, but it's specific to the vendors and the speakers to join us to get that. But if people are seeing, okay, we're asking for the speakers and vendors, I'm just trying to change the title, because that's what we need, is just a title of what is our convention, because we can't use convention, we can't use metaphysical.
I don't have
there-
we don't have either one of those in there.
I know,
I
I do
agree.
know that.
I agree it should say speakers and vendors. But I think down in Massachusetts, we need to have another one, which is for the general public. I don't know how you want.
No, we don't. We can't do two of them, Sandy. It's too much pieces of paper, and again, you're going to throw it away. That's why I was trying to combine, just get little note in there, because we do need another title for our convention that's not, it's not using the word convention. We can't say 62nd Annual Convention and Metaphysical Expo. We're not using that. I need another word. I need other words for that. And then the rest of this is pretty good after we get rid of all that other stuff.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you something, Sandy. One moment.
Well, we could try symposium.
Marty, can you
Ooh.
see the screen?
Yes.
Does that look a little bit better?
Let's see, I gotta swell it up so I can see it better here. Attention vendors and speakers, that needs to be, that needs to be a headline, so it needs to be larger so you can read it. There we go. I like that. Okay, empower your intuition, learn to douse, the proper use, all that, blah, blah, blah. That needs to go below, share your knowledge of energy work and dowsing in everyday life.
You want,
I
that
want
second
share your knowledge above all that other stuff. Because we're
you
trying to
want
get,
share?
because
What?
we're trying to get them to come. We got to give them a reason to come before we tell them when.
Right.
Should we somewhere in fairly fine print put formally American Society of Dowsers Convention? Or formerly known as?
No. Marty, how's that first one look?
I
Before
like it
move to
better,
the
yes.
other one.
I like it better. Join us should be a larger font. There we go.
You want that bold too?
Yeah, betcha. See, now we've got a call of action. So the three things should stand out. Attention vendors and speakers, join us. We are looking for you. And then the other stuff, because that'll grab their eye, and then we can fill in the other information for that. What do you think?
Yeah, let me fix it back here. Looks the same all the way across. All right, Sandy, I am sending you another copy.
Now, what we can do is we can put all that fine print on the back side of this flyer. It can be a two-sided
Right.
flyer and not hurt a thing.
The bottom section, applications now open, or do you want that?
No,
I don't have it yet. I'm waiting.
I haven't. I was still checking, see if anything else needed to be changed before I did this.
All right, and we now have 10.
It's coming at you, Sandy, here, as soon as it attaches.
Okay.
Still trying to attach.
Marty, have you, while she's doing that, have you sent out the Mass Expo to your list? The announcement that you're going to be talking?
I have a couple times. Why?
Okay. Because she just sent me a confirmation that we now have 10 badges instead of 4, which is awesome. And she also said, I'm really hoping to see many of the ASD members there. So, So I'm just going to email her back that, we're promoting it in all ways. And I know we have it on our website, and I know Lisa sent out a notice, and we'll send out a reminder like next week for people to come, because it's really a great event. And Bill Gee's actually got a table there. I don't see it, Lisa. It's not
Because
coming.
it's not attaching, Sandy. I'm still trying to
Okay.
attach it.
I'm just filling air, but
Yeah, they did.
anyway, I just found out
did.
that he's going to be there too with a table of his own.
Excellent. Now, they did say they were going to publish my article. So
Yeah, see, this is cool. This is like good for everybody. It's a win-win situation. It's a
I
good
like
event.
it.
They do a great job. I'm just wondering
What
if
about that as a word?
say that again.
What about that as a word? 62nd Annual American Society of Dowsers Events.
Yeah, I like that. That hits it all. That hits it all. Because an event has like all kinds of things happening. Thanks, Lidra. Yay.
It's not attaching.
Well, that's okay. Lidra, my computer thing, my computer problem. I called my geeks yesterday, and they said we have several phone calls describing exactly the same problem. You've been hacked. You need to call Apple. Apparently, somebody's been having fun changing the phone number, I guess, and the password.
So,
So, yeah, that's where I'm at
Sandy,
right now.
I just sent you the Word version versus the PDF version.
Okay,
That's attached.
I'm waiting. It still hasn't done it yet. But in the meantime of waiting, we actually got a good line there. I think that's going to work for us. I am excited. Thank you. Makes my life. And I confirmed with, what's the name of it? The one we got the back page for, Wisdom Magazine. I told them to save us the back page again.
Okay, Sandy, this is the edition of Wisdom going to what sections of the country?
Ours. It's just ours. We only do the what do you call it? The ones here. Basically the East Coast. Okay, Lisa, do you think it went to promotions? Could be.
I sent it to your email, Sandy.
I know, it's not showing up.
Did you refresh? Do it again. I sent it to CC at Dowser, so everybody got it. So wherever that email goes.
Lisa, I don't think that tagline, share your knowledge, needs to say in your everyday life. I think you can just say share your knowledge of energy work and dowsing.
It's not anywhere right now.
Okay.
Maybe something just happened, so. Got it. Nope, that was the recording of the talk. Nope.
That's weird. You got that.
I got the recording of my talk, and no, I have nothing. You want to resend? I got the first one announcing, but I didn't get anything else. Okay, there goes everything I had on my desk. I'm a thief.
I didn't get it either.
Don't you love it when computers are just having a field day?
Let me log out of my email and get back in. Sometimes it gets hung up.
Okay, let's maybe go on to something else while we're waiting for you to figure it out. Or not.
Go ahead, because it's not even, let me cancel the email I was sending. Okay. Next.
Okay, so now I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in the works again, because as Marty said, if this is attention vendors and speakers, then the whole empower your intuition, learn to dowse, the proper use of pendulums and more, that's if we're looking to attract attendees, not if we're looking to attract vendors and speakers.
That can go on the back side of it or somewhere else, but or in even not even there. But the 62nd annual ASD event will solve the issue completely. Just there's the tagline, and then underneath the join us at the 62nd annual ASD event. Vendors, speakers. I got something. Nope.
No, because now I can't get into my email.
Announcing the annual. Okay, I got something. And attention vendors and speakers, share your knowledge of energy work dowsing in your everyday life. Join us. Yep, there we go. Empower your intuition, learn to dowse, the proper use of pendulums. That would be gone. Just take out empower your intuition, learn to dowse, proper use of pendulums. We'll use that someplace else. And instead,
and again, I would shorten up the application now open for speakers at, I would say, apply to speak with the link.
Yep.
Register as a vendor.
Mm-hmm.
Link.
Leandra, I was trying to fix something else with. You want to say apply to speak?
Yeah, apply to speak with a link,
Mm-hmm.
and then register to be a vendor.
Mm-hmm. And the link.
And the link. More information at Convention 22, the link. And I'm not sure the join us and spread the word adds anything.
Just say join us.
Well, we
Or
said
love
join
to
us
have
at
you
the-
join us, or looking forward to you joining us.
Yes, we've already said join us.
So then it doesn't add anything. Okay, and have you got that, Lisa? Then let's go back up to the top.
I don't know what I got.
Okay, when she did all this stuff at the bottom that Leandra said.
Do we want to quick slap this into a Google Doc so we can all see the changes that are being made?
I won't be able to see it either.
Well, you can see the docs, you just can't see the Excel, the spreadsheets.
That's true.
Are you on?
Okay, did you finish that, Lisa? The changes at the bottom?
Alija, are you on the computer?
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm missing something here. What's this? Oops. Ew. Are you seeing that? You said something different for registration? Or is that fine?
What it should, all I saw is the Word document that you sent.
Oh, you're not on the computer video Zoom to see the share screen?
Oh, no. Hold
Oh,
on. Let me go do that.
Okay, I'm looking at this and the join us again repeated at the bottom.
Right, we said get
Just
rid of
maybe
it.
spread the word
okay.
and leave it at just spread the word centered so that it looks balanced with the top.
Okay.
So the title of this gathering is.
Wait. She's trying to, I'm waiting for her to finish with Lidra's changes. Let her finish it, because what's happening is,
Too many people
Let
are
me get on-
talking and I'm missing things.
All right, let me get on the Zoom.
I mean, we can all make, I mean, there's a couple of changes at the top, and I think we got it, but she's got to finish Lidra's changes first. And then Annette just added a change.
I took off join us and changed it to spread the word.
Okay, did you finish Lidra's changes?
I'm waiting for Lidra. I got apply to speak and then registration for vendors available at.
Register to vend at.
To vend.
Okay, that's what I missed. Register.
Or registered to be a vendor at.
No, I think it's better to vend. They got it. It's simple, it's quick. Less wordy. And then just say, and then you can get rid of find and just more information under Convention 2022 at www.dowsers.org.
The title of this is Empower Your Intuition, Learn to Douse, the Proper Use of Pendulum and More.
No, no. It's going away. All of that's going away. It's not a title
Okay.
This piece is just for the vendors and
Okay, that's why I was
speakers.
asking. Because if it was a title, it should be in quotes.
No,
Lisa,
it's not
can you
the title.
Lisa, can you put attention as the primary line, and then under that, vendors and speakers? There you go.
Good.
Do you want me to close that space or leave it there?
That does. I'm not sure that it matters. If you can, great. If not, I would make a big deal out of it. But I would make attention bigger.
That looks better.
Okay. And then come down to keep share your knowledge of energy work / dowsing
Yeah.
in your everyday life. And then you have join us.
Yeah.
And then under join us at the 62nd annual ASD event, June 8th to the 12th, Plymouth State University, Plymouth, New Hampshire.
I wouldn't even say at the. Just forget the at the. Just do 62nd
Mhm.
Yeah.
Annual
American
ASD
Society
event.
of Dowsers.
Annual. American.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep, annual
Society.
American Society of
Society
Dowsers
of-
event.
Dowsers.
Event. Do we want it bold?
Yes.
And again, I would say 62nd annual goes on one line. American Society of Dowsers event would be
Yeah.
the second line. If it.
Okay, and then get rid of empower your intuition,
I already
learn to
did
douse, and the pro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're good.
that's fine.
a long time ago.
That's
Hold
good
on,
then.
I'm trying to censor this stuff. Get it.
Yep. Join us is bigger. Join us is like the size of attention.
The heck? Got it. Okay. So now we get rid of that one. We get rid of that one, and we should be back up to a new one.
And yeah, you can move the, we are looking for, I think this is, oh, this is you. Yep, exactly.
I read your mind. How about that?
You did. I think you can take out the word, you can take out the word find or more, yep. Yep.
Anything else before I save it and send it on to Sandia's drone kit?
Please send it to me too.
I've been sending it to CC at Dowser so everybody would have it.
Thank you.
Okay, Lisa,
The
your
problem is
middle
it's
one,
not working. What's that?
your middle one down at the bottom.
Yeah.
The more information under, it's not consistent.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep,
Got it.
yep. There you go.
But I would make it the other way. I'm sorry, because more information under convention, like the tab is convention 2022. So more information under, and then next line, convention 22, take out the at. And then take out the at. Yep. The other thing that you could do with that is just, no, never mind. Never mind.
If I can get back into my email.
Question on this. Why can't we use this just to go out as a constant contact to the general membership?
Yes, we can, once we get it done.
Yep.
I'm going to use it for the base of a whole bunch of stuff. But without what's acceptable and without the change of the word from metaphysical convention to event, whatever was chosen by the group, I can't do anything.
I don't understand why this isn't attaching.
Barbara Stone attached a write-up for call to publicity. What's that?
That's for her talk for January. That's what
Okay.
she sent me as her definition or something.
Okay, so did we put her in? Did you put her in for a workshop or a talk?
ESD presents.
Okay, a talk.
Yeah, in January. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand why.
Can you just send it the way you did before?
That's what I'm trying to do. But no, that's not attaching either. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay. While you're fighting with it attaching, vendors, Marty, we had a question about to get the vendor form up. In the last conversation, we talked about how many vendors, the 30, and then we were talking about pricing and whether we were going to do a percentage. So Lisa had shipped or sent you a list of the pricing for vendor tables. Do you have anything you want to say about pricing for vendor tables?
Well, it sounded like we decided that we're going to run with the pricing that we had before and
Okay.
and not charge an override. And that works.
Okay. All right, so here's my question. Same as before, meaning same as what it would have been in 2019?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about, instead of asking for the percentage, if we just state something, if you feel that generous, or you feel like we've done a good job for you, or you would like to help ASD out, a percentage of sales, whatever your gift as a gift, would be greatly appreciated. Something like that.
No, I'm going to put the touch on them myself. I'd like for at least a majority of the vendors to kick in something for a raffle, and several of them are already sponsors and donators and whatnot, and
Okay.
so I think we can give them the opportunity to excel. If we've got a large crowd, it's going to be really, really easy. If we've got a small crowd, that makes it a little more of a challenge.
Okay. I just got it, Lisa. And okay, so finishing this thing, I think it's great. And let's do the raffle thingy. Like you said, I put it down as we're going to do a raffle. And the only other thing I had for vendors was Erin Rado said that she wanted to be a vendor. She was one of our speakers on the Labyrinth, and she does a book that Lisa has. It's a Labyrinth meditation book. Her entire focus, I don't think you were on that call, her entire focus is to use Labyrinth as just a way to calm yourself down and meditate to relieve stress. And that's what she does. She doesn't really care about the energy work in a Labyrinth or anything else like that. So, but she has books, she has pillows, she has these Labyrinths printed on all kinds of stuff, and she wants to sell. So
Excellent.
if you could shoot her an email, just saying, hi, I'm the vendor chair, and I heard that, you wanted to vend, and I will keep you in the loop you can shoot her over to the vendor registration, send her a link, but make that personal little touch with her, because she was somebody that was on my talks.
Okay. And
Hey guys, I like this. Go ahead.
I've got her email, do I?
Lisa, can you send?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I have it here somewhere.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it should be right on top,
All
because
right.
she was a speaker. This looks good. I'm really happy with this, guys. I think this is great. Attention vendors and speakers. It's right there, Lidra. Yeah. American Society of Dowsers event. Yeah. Do you want to call it a Dowsers event or just event?
American
Or
Society
energy
of
event.
Dowsers event. No, American Society of Dowsers event. That's what it is.
Okay, put a dash in there. Put a dash or a dot.
Why?
Hi.
I don't know, because to me it's running the two words together. It's American Society of Dowsers, that's us, and then space event. American Society of Dowsers event. It
It
says
is
it's
an
not.
American Society of Dowsers event. That's what it is.
Yes,
It's an American
I know what
Society of
this
Dowsers
one is.
event. So there, I mean, there's no dash or dot or anything like that. That's what this is.
I just wanted to break it apart to be a little more, it's an event.
It's just like we would have convention after it.
Yep,
Yeah.
I know. I was just trying to be a little more artistic and a little more underlining.
Lisa, can you share screen again, please?
I sure can. I
Or
can.
maybe in
This is
another
good.
font, maybe, or in all caps.
Just put it on the
Or-
next line.
That'll
Put it on
do
the
it.
next line.
That'll do it. Thank you.
What just happened there?
And I'm good. As long as all these links work, I'm good. And we can put up the vendor application now.
Honey, the links don't have to work because it's going to be printed. And that's the reason I was going to give a comment before and I stopped myself because
Mhm.
I was going to say, why don't you just say more information and then highlight the more information and make it an active hyperlink directly to the page. But since this is going to be printed, that's no act. Nobody
Yeah.
uses
That's why I got the
hyperlink.
website, Leadra.
Right, exactly. So it doesn't make any sense. So that's why I said leave it alone because it's going to be printed. So we don't need to worry about if the links work because it's going to be printed.
We just
Well, I'd
got,
be worrying.
we
I'd
just
be worrying
gotta
if we
finish-
get to there and then somebody goes, well, I just tried to get, put in my application on, at the thing and the link didn't work.
well,
Anyway.
we have to just make sure we finalize the speaker app and the vendor app registration form for November 13th.
Okay, so the vendor app is done. We're going to go with the pricing of 2019 for a table.
Okay.
Okay, it is done.
Well,
We're not asking for
Mario-
any override.
Marty, I'll update that and send it to you just to make sure I didn't miss anything as far as the dates and such, just so you
Okay.
know, a second eye on it.
Okay,
So this is
Okay.
good. This can start getting printed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now we got the vendor done, so you can get that up. And now the speaker app. What was the issues with that?
I thought we were finished.
And
I thought we were too.
Well, and that's the only one that I've heard from. So you want me to go ahead and put it out then? It looks good to you?
I can't hear you.
You're the
Is
only
the
one that, you were the only
ahead.
one that responded when I
Okay,
sent those
well,
out.
Margarita, if she was happy with the changes that she made, then we're done.
Okay. I can always put it up, and if you see anything after it's put up, it's easy enough to
Mm-hmm.
make changes on the go.
Okay, so group, we have the vendor application and the speaker application done, and Lisa will get them up. Yes?
I'm gonna have Marty just double check the speaker app the vendor app before I publish it.
will
Just to
do.
make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay, so Marty, it's all on you.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
okay, gets it up online.
I'll get that to you later this afternoon.
Okay?
Alrighty.
And then Lisa, and I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I don't think we need to spend any more money on a new logo with the, for the convention. If we can get rid of those palm trees, I don't know why we have palm trees on the top of this thing. I mean, we're
Well,
good
the
with
one that
this.
we use-
Lisa, we're not changing
the one
this,
that
but
we-
I'm just saying.
The one that we used last year, I believe Joan took out the palm trees
Right.
on the final edit.
So let's just use,
Hold on. Hello.
so I'm just saying, are you okay, guys, with not spending any money, not getting anybody to redo this thing, and just using the one without the palm trees for our image for this year?
So the same image as last year?
Yes. It'll reduce our costs. Or could we go back and use a previous image that anybody liked?
I like the one back from, I think it was 2008 or 9. It was very simple.
Do you remember what was on it? Do you have it?
I don't think we have that. I mean, I don't know what we use for that, so I'm gonna say that we don't have it.
I will have to take a look. I will-
Okay.
If I find it, I'll take it over to Lisa Wednesday and she can make a copy for everybody.
That would be great.
Do you have
Okay,
it,
so the
Annette?
Well, I probably have a copy of it down in the file cabinet, down in the safe. 2008, 2009, we have everything but I think 2 years that we found. But I
okay.
don't know how I would be able to use it because it's already, there, I don't have a digital file.
Oh,
Okay, so I changed out the, so those that are online can see, I changed out the picture on this. Took out the,
Yep. Now, my question with that, I mean, I like the picture, it's a nice picture, but my question is, I would almost go with just the logo, because what does that actually mean? You know, I'm looking at it going, oh, does this have something to do with waves and sunshine?
Nope,
And
has
it's
absolutely nothing to do with anything, and I like the logo. I like our logo. I think we could use that without a problem.
So again, I like it, but I'm not sure that it adds anything to what we're doing. And I think it's potentially confusing because it's like, well, anything we have on here, because we want to keep it simple. We want to get their attention. We want to do a call to action to make it happen. And you got like 2 seconds to do all of that stuff. And for me, looking at that picture, it's like, does that do any of those things? I like the picture, I like what Jim did, but you know, what is that adding to the whole thing?
Do you want my opinion? My opinion is that changing the picture, changing what we use every single year is totally confusing. And I've been saying that for years. And everybody insists that we have a different picture for each convention.
Personally, we've got a logo. We spent a lot of time and effort working on the logo. You got a pendulum, you got the world, you got the American Society of Dowsers. They can see we've been around for a while. I'd use it, and I don't see that adding the other one really. It embellishes without enhancing. I don't think there's any additional benefit to including the other picture.
it used to be that we used the ASD logo on everything but the brochure, and the brochure had the picture on it or whatever.
Okay, how's that?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, the brochure is going to have other pictures to get your attention, to, you know, pictures of people dowsing, pictures of people. I mean, because you want it to be bright and colorful, which is cool. But with something like this, yeah. I don't, right, because that's who we are. That's what we do. I mean, they're already confused. Let's not help them along that line. Let's clarify. Let's not continue to confuse them more. This is who we are. This is what we do. We know you've never heard of us, so we're going to keep it simple. I mean, Marty, I hope you want to share what you told me right before the call about the best call you ever did. I think he wandered off. Well, he mentioned to me that his call last night, this guy came on and said, "Oh my God, that was the best call I was ever on, the best call you ever did." And he said it was because he was doing the absolute basics. And it's like, it was probably the best call this guy ever was on because he finally understood what the heck Marty was talking about. So if we're attracting new vendors, new speakers, new attendees, new everybody, then I would say keep it simple, sweetheart.
Yep.
And I mean, we keep coming back to the fact that nobody knows what dowsing is. Nobody knows what this is. Nobody knows. Well, okay, if we keep using the same stuff over and over and over again, and because repetition is the mother of learning. If they hear the same phrases, if they see the same logo, if they have the same message multiple times, then it's going to start sinking in. Then it's going to start making sense to them. If we keep switching it up, then we don't give them time to catch up. My personal opinion.
I think it would work just fine as long as everybody else is in agreement. I mean, that logo, if you look at the Spirit of Change, the Mass Expo, they haven't changed in years. I mean, that's the title, that's the way it's presented on the page. It has not changed.
And that way people recognize it. They're like, oh, this is the thing. Here's what, oh, I recognize that. Here it comes again. Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, if we want a pretty picture on the convention brochure, when the attendee gets there, that matches up something with our with the theme, then yeah, I'm all for it. But actual advertising, not really, not so much.
So this is the one from 2018. The logo we used.
Yeah, that's great for
I'm not going to use it for this now. I was just
right.
I took the picture off and just put the logo up on top.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a viable thing to use, but I think, you know, if I'm hearing Sandy correctly, and in this case, I agree, what we're really looking for is brand awareness.
Yes.
And so by repeating the same stuff, I mean, everybody knows a Nike Swish or a McDonald's M. They don't keep switching it up. They keep showing you the same stuff. So I would say for brand awareness, use the logo. If we want to, you know, zhuzh it up for other, like the brochure, and we add other things, whatever, but the primary thing that everybody should identify us by is our logo. Spent a lot of time and money on that thing.
Yeah, we did. I'm not seeing it, Lisa, if you sent it.
No, I didn't, but I will.
Okay. Okay, so can I have a little vote? Annette, are you okay with using the ASD logo?
No problem.
Yay, nay?
No problem with it.
Okay, Sandy Rookie?
Greatly
Just for
approve.
advertising. We're not talking about the convention brochure, but just for advertising.
I greatly approve.
Okay. Leader, I know you do. Is Marty still here? I think
Yes,
he's gone
works
because
for
after.
me.
Okay, works for you? All right. Unanimous vote. I think that's what we're going to do. So, Lisa, that's what we're doing. So, on our little brochure that we just okayed, the 3-part brochure that says attention vendors and whatever, we're going to be inserting that into an ASD brochure. So we could use the 2019 picture there, if it works. And if not, we just move the ASD logo to the top.
The 2019 picture we used on the brochure is that logo.
There we go. So we're just getting rid of the wave and we're putting our logo back at the top. And maybe, what do you think about using the old fork stick one at the bottom?
No.
Nope. Okay, there we go. It'll be clean and neat.
I just sent it to you, Sandy,
Okay. Thank
from my
you.
personal phone. Because for some reason I can't send from my.
I haven't seen it yet, so it's coming eventually here. Okay, so I think we got it. Yeah, we're just going to continue to use that. There we are. We're good. Thank you, everybody. I think we accomplished a heck of a lot. What's on the worksheet, or what's the to-do list that we didn't hit on today?
I would like to ask go ahead.
I was gonna say, Sandy, I sent you yesterday, the spreadsheet to start the proposed rates.
Yep.
Okay, so that might be the next thing on the agenda
Okay.
that we talked about next
So
week.
would everybody look at the proposed rates for next meeting next week?
No.
I will send
And
those to everybody.
we will knock that out next week. So if everybody could take a look at it, get your thoughts in line about what you think about the rates, change them, make them less, make them more. You've got the rate sheets. Think about it, and she's done it as a spreadsheet so you can see, you know, the year differences here. We don't have 20 on there, but either way.
Lisa, is that the one that was in the Excel, in the
Yes.
Google Doc?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Yep.
it's, okay. So then what, it's going to be still in the Google Doc. We've got it for 2019. We have,
I'm
Yeah,
looking at what she
2018,
sent me. It's only 2020 and 2021. I don't see 2019.
okay. I have 2018 and 2019. Lisa, if you can send me that spreadsheet, I'm going to upload that so it's in the Google Docs as well, so we have the history of all that stuff.
Okay.
And then the question that I have real quick on the Google Docs, when it came to speakers, just a feeling from, because, and Sandy Rilke, you had some really good things like this. You had asked me, could you look at all of the speakers for the various different years that they speak, and are the topics the same, and are they a member from year to year, and all that kind of stuff? And the answer is yes. So I redid all the spreadsheets so you can do all that. There is a section there's a column that has presentation, and it's the title. Then there's a column that has presentation description. Now, a lot of people wrote really long descriptions, so it kind of jacks up the whole spreadsheet because it makes one cell like 15 rows long and impossible to read. Do we really need that? Or do we just want to see what the title of the presentation is?
Sandy, are you there?
I'm sorry, I just came back.
Okay,
Okay.
repeat.
So the question is for speakers. I've got the year that they spoke, whether or not they were a member, their name, whether they had a co-speaker, whether they were doing a workshop, what their presentation title is. And then last year, of course, we had, do they have a promo video, what their biography is, and the notes. My question is, do we really need to know on this spreadsheet the full presentation description and the full speaker biography? Because generally those are full paragraphs, and to put that into a spreadsheet just makes the whole thing a mess.
No, I think if necessary, they can go back and see that. But what I do think is necessary, or important anyway, is we have evaluations that are sent to the speakers. And we need the new members of the committee each year to know how these people were evaluated. It is not private in the sense that, I mean, the speaker knows it. And they get very valuable information that can change their ability as a speaker. But we need to know those that got a poor rating. That doesn't necessarily mean they aren't invited back, but we do need to know that there was an issue.
Typically,
Okay,
the
so
committee would
so
send
my
me
question-
those.
okay, my
I'm sorry, that
question is-
wasn't clear.
My question is, can I get rid of the column that says presentation description? Can I get rid of the column that says speaker biography? So that, there's three questions.
Yes.
Can I get rid of presentation description? Can I get rid of speaker biography? And then the third question is, what you're looking for, can that be put in notes? Or does that need a separate column, like evaluation or something like that? Like, could you put in, you know, what you're looking to accomplish, can that be in the notes section, or does that need to be a separate column?
Okay, let's first question. As to the biography, it can just be, no, put it in, you know, they can go look it up somewhere else. Their title of their talk is only what we would need to see in the spreadsheet. They can go look up
Okay.
the entire talk description somewhere else.
Yeah.
The third column, where you want to know whether they were a good speaker or a bad speaker, I think we can just put a note on there, the evaluation form.
No. No. Because that's very important for the new, hopefully new committee members. And they're not going to go look up everyone that they want to have. That's too much work. If they see that they didn't get, you know.
Then maybe do, how about this, Sandy? If you have to have it there, how about poor, average, and excellent?
We covered this last time.
Yes,
The thing is going to be eligible for next year.
thank you.
So I can make a column that says eligible for future, and you just put a yes or a no in it.
And there you go.
But is that,
I like
but
the
is that
numbering
separate?
1 through 5. Because they may have been okay, in which case, you know, you may want to listen to them. If they've got a 1, you don't even want to consider them. For whatever
Well,
reason.
that's the kind of stuff that you would put in the notes, I'm thinking.
Right.
Okay.
My question is whether, because again, if you're looking at a new person in the future, if we've got some sort of special coding system, they would have to understand what that meant and what we meant by it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to keep this really simple so that it carries over from year to year. So if that information is pertinent, we can put it in the notes, and then as you're
Okay.
looking
Yeah.
at it, you'll see it.
Okay, put it in the notes, but it is
Okay.
important.
I'm on the line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, so there is the
No.
notes, and you can put whatever you like in there. But I will take
Yeah,
out the
5 rooms
presentation description and the biography.
Okay.
Yes? We're all in agreement on that?
Mhm.
I believe so. Anybody not in agreement?
Anybody disagree with taking out the description and biography?
Yes.
I believe we're all in agreement about that.
Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the cause, anybody? So next week, we're going to concentrate on the rates so Lisa can get that up. And hopefully we will have more keynote candidates by next week. That'd be great.
And then Lisa, if you want to send me the, I guess I can probably find it, but the contact information and who I'm talking to for Turning Mill.
Yep. That would be Lucy. Let me send that to you right now.
Lisa, you're echoing or something because it's garbled.
She's just on speakerphone.
Ah, that's why. Thank you. There's an answer for everything.
Where am I? What am I doing?
Now I can hear you.
The speaker's about 3 feet from me. Coming naturally, Dra.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you all, and we'll talk again next week at 11. Is that okay, or does anybody have a problem with that right now? We can change the time.
Are there supposed to be other people on this committee?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe we could find out when they could be on a meeting. Or are they just not interested?
Yeah.
Who else is supposed to be on it besides Priscilla and Margarita?
Priscilla, Margarita, Jane. Jane's got health issues with her family. Priscilla, I don't know where she's at. I just shot her an email today while we were talking, and Margarita said she'd be gone for 2 weeks. And we haven't heard from Queenie.
Nope.
Okay.
So really everybody's here, Sandy.
That's right. And maybe we can get some more helpers at the show because there's supposed to be, Priscilla was supposed to be going to the show to help out. She said she was going to be she'd like to help out. So we can find out then. Okay? Well, thank you all. I really appreciate knocking out some of this stuff so that Lisa and I can get some stuff out on the internet now. And we'll talk to you guys either individually or next week. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks a bunch. Bye.
Everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.